Hello, welcome to my Splendor video. I'm just going to play a game here. By the way, Splendor is only pass and play multiplayer, this game, by the way. So I found out the hard way that friends cannot join in and play remotely. The object of Splendor is to get 15 points. You get points by either these cards in front of you with the gems on them, or on the side here you can acquire these nobles. The cards have a point value in the upper left, the nobles in the bottom right. You acquire cards by purchasing them, and you can purchase them using these chips here you see. On your turn you have 4 actions. You can acquire chips, you can buy a card, you can reserve a card, and you can buy a card that you reserved. When you take chips, you can take 3 chips. They have to be different colors. If you want to take 2 chips, you can, but they have to be the same color. You can take 2 chips the same color, I'm saying. But the stack has to have at least 4 chips in it for you to do that. If there's only 3 or less chips, you can't do that. When you buy a card, you can pay for it either with chips or cards that you have purchased in the past. When you purchase a card, say I purchase this diamond for 2 black and 2 blue, that diamond now pays for 1 white in a card's cost. So if you had 3 diamonds cards, say, and a blue chip, you could buy a card for 3 white, 1 blue. The nobles you can claim as a free action on a turn. You can claim 1 noble. If you have, let's take this noble that is 3 green, 3 black, 3 red. If I have 3 black cards, 3 red cards, 3 green cards, I can claim that noble. You can't use chips for that. You have to have at least 3 black cards, 3 red cards, and 3 green cards to do that. When you reserve a card, you take it, you get a gold chip, and then you reserve the card. And at a later point you can purchase it just like you'd purchased it from the center. The gold chip acts as a wild. Now when dealing with chips, you can only have 10 chips at any time, including gold chips. So one of the things, for example, let's say you had 10 chips and you go reserve a card, you're not going to get that gold chip, and that's something to be careful of, because reserving a card is considerably not as good if you don't get that wild card chip. And what I try to do when I start is kind of look at the top rank here and say, well, what looks good up here? Let's say the 3 red, 3 white, and 6 black. Let's say I'm going to try to eventually get that card. Make sure over here there's a noble that matches that. So I'm looking for a noble with 3 white, or with, red, white, and black. And I don't, yeah, I see one here at the top. So that's going to work out pretty good. I'm also going to look in the second rank and see if there's any chips that are red, white, and black that I might be able to get as well, which is, there's one. Those are going to be kind of fluid, so I'm not too worried about that. So let me just shoot for that goal, red, white, and black. And a nice thing about red, white, and black is there's also this noble here for 4 black and 4 red. So I might actually be able to acquire 2 nobles, which is pretty nice. So now if I went first, I could get any of these cards I want because I got the jump. But because I didn't go first, I don't know what I'm going to be able to get. So if I'm looking for red, white, and black, I should be picking chips that will let me get those. So black is going to work, red is going to work, white is going to work. And I don't know what's going to exactly happen, but I'm just, planning that out for the future. So red, white, and black. Blue's going to be helpful, potentially. Black might be helpful, and there's only 2 black left, so let me go ahead and grab one. And let's take an additional white. Those are just to keep my options open so far here. So now if I take this blue chip, that will put me in, the possibility of taking that white card there. There's no more black chips, so I'm not going to be able to really set my sights on getting this red one too terribly much without reserving it, which I don't really want to reserve quite this early. There's no blue chips left either. So, well, what are you going to do? Well, grab the only two possible chips left are the red and the green. So my hands were sort of tied on that decision there. And the greedy AIs will be taking all the cards I wanted. Alright, so we can just go ahead and grab the white card. All is well there. Now that I have one white card, it will make other white cards cheaper. I mean, basically paying one, that white card will act like a chip, but because I keep having it the whole game, it's, an investment. Now you can't overinvest in this game, meaning if you just keep taking cards from the bottom rank to make cards in the middle rank free, effectively, that won't work. The AI will beat you senselessly. So at some point you have to transition over to going for the second rank, even though, it's going to cost you to go after the second rank. What am I? I'm still holding out. So I see the red card costs 4 white, so it still makes sense to go grab white. And I'm still, maybe trying to grab that black. And, yeah, so it's just keeping your options open and trying to grab the cards that get me to my white, black, and red goals. So when looking at ordering, right now it actually kind of makes some sense to maybe pick the red card, because the red card will potentially allow me to get that black card without paying a red chip. So I'll do that. Of course that black card will probably be gone, but you just don't know. And you don't know what'll come up. I mean, these bottom rank is very, very quickly changing. You also want to watch what the AI is doing and how fast they're accumulating points to see if you're getting behind or not. I should point out, if it's not obvious, these bottom rank cards are worth no points at all, except occasionally you get these cards that are worth 1 point that cost 4 of one color. Alright, so let's see. I wanted that black card, and there it is. And that's all good for me. That red card's really nice because it costs... Those are the most valued cards for people to go after because they cost 1 of each chip color. That means they're only costing you 4 total chips, and they're often free because you have existing cards that are paying for them. So those will get snatched up almost immediately. Alright, so I'm looking for white, and it makes sense to probably go for this white card here for 3 white, 1 black, and 1 white. Now ideally I would then go grab 2 whites from that stack, but because there's only 3 in the stack I can't do that. Now I could try to reserve it, but that wouldn't even work because I'd have 1 wild card, 1 white, and I wouldn't be able to pay for it. So I might as well just go ahead and try to pay for it, assuming that it won't be there. And maybe go grab a green and start maybe thinking buying this one as well, if it so comes up. Of course that one costs 5 total chips, so it's not very good economically. Obviously the less chips you pay, the better. So the white here, the second white, is better than the 4th white. And of course that one got taken, which is just no shock at all. So, I don't really want the most expensive one, but I might as well just go ahead and make sure I can do it. Alright, so I only have 1 green, so I might as well... okay, I've already taken a green. So what? I'll take a black because that'll give me 2 black. And, I don't know. Guess it really doesn't matter if I take blue or white at this point. I have 2 of each. I'll take a blue chip because I'm acquiring white cards, so I have a little more white buying power overall. And there's a white for 3 blue, so it's good I did take that blue chip. While that cost me 3 chips, it's not so terrible. That one would have cost me 4, so I think 3 is the better deal. Alright, I'm overbuying white, but what the heck. I'm going to go ahead and get this one. The red will be free, the black will be free, the blue... oh, the blue I don't have. Oh yeah, alright. Well, then I'll just take chips again. Blue, take a green... and I have 3 green, take a black for 3 black. There's really no specific reason for taking that black, except it just seemed like a good idea. Of course, you should always take 3 chips if you can. If you hit your limit of 10, you can't take more than 10. So like if you had 8 chips, you can't take 3. Oh, there's a red. That is perfect. So I will take that because I now have 2 reds. So I have 2 whites, 2 reds, and 1 black card. And I need 3 of each for the noble. These black cards aren't so good for me this game. Alright, well... I still don't see the point to reserving anything. Looking at the top, second rank, by the way, which is worth looking at, there is this card, and this might be worth reserving because it's a black, which I need. I have the 3 green for it. I have 2 of the white, and I have 2 of the black for it. So when I reserve it, I'll get the wild card. I mean the gold chip, and then that will allow me to pay for that next turn. It's a little pricey, but it is worth also a point. Now, I can't turn down reserving this red card because number 1, I need the red card. Number 2, it's worth 2 points. And number 3, it's taking 3 white and 5 black, which I think I'll be able to, afford. So I think we're good there. You can only reserve 3 cards. I am a little bit behind in the points, but I think I can catch up. The AI IMO is no slouch, so you gotta... So there's my purchase. So I will use the gold chip, one of my 2 gold chips, to offset what I didn't have for that. Now that 2 I won't be able to afford at the moment. Now here's a crazy thought. I will reserve this chip here, or this card here for 2 points, diamond. It costs 5 red. If I reserve that, I will get another wild card. And I'll show you what I'm going to do next turn by playing that. Oh, it used the wild card I had, that's right. I don't know what I was saying there, but... yeah, of course if I have the wild card, it doesn't give me the option to reserve it for some reason. I think that's... I don't know if that's a rules thing or if that's actually a flaw in the game where it doesn't give you that option. But anyway, I will need 2 black then to pay for this. And I can't take both of them. And it doesn't make sense to take this black for 3 green and reserve it because I don't have any green. Yeah, darn it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and reserve this black here. Maybe. I'm thinking my options. Alright, I'm going to make sure that I get this 3 red, 3 white, and 6 black card. I have my heart set on it. It's part of my strategy. I'm going to go ahead and reserve it. I just won't be able to pay for it for a while. And now I need 2 more black to pay for this 2 red card here. And I am going to do that maybe by going ahead and reserving this black card here, which I think I will also be able to play. So now I have a pretty good strategy based on just acquiring black chips. The first thing to do is get the one that is black so that it's easier to pay for the other 2. So now what I'm going to do is acquire black chips. So I can't take 2, so I'll just take the 1, and I'll take a green, which I don't have, and a blue, so I have 2 blue. And now I am, yes, I have enough to pay for this 3-point black card. Alright, well, I'm a little ways from being able to pay for either of those 2. So what I'll do is I'll take a black, I'll take a green so I can maybe just buy that black chip, and I don't know what else I'll take. I'll just take a red. Now if I actually acquired enough, I could actually acquire, this black up at the top rank, but it needs so much green, and I don't really have that much green. So it's kind of not really on my radar. Alright, well here's a black that is just sort of free. So I'll just grab that. And now I'll be able to pay this 1 for red here. As I now have 5 black. And that should give me one of the nobles. Now, I'm pretty close now to having the 4 red, 4 black noble as well. I just need to go get, a red card. Now, in my opinion, it probably makes sense to that guy at 12, that's me. That's so close to winning, so. Didn't recognize my own self there for a minute. Alright, I'm going to reserve this 2-point card, which is just totally makes sense. That will give me a gold chip, which will allow me to use to pay for it. That will then give me that 3-point noble, which will actually put me at 15 and end the game. But the AI will be able to have one chance to finish up the current round. So oddly enough, I actually never played the card I reserved there, which was part of my strategy. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I managed to pull out a victory there.